If there's one thing that most people hate on the internet collectively, it's Redditors. They're often known as the slimiest, greasiest, most disgusting creatures to ever roam the planet. Odd about when it gets too far. What about when it causes some real consequences that can't be undone? Well, that's what happened to one of the most wholesome YouTubers ever, Mikayla Raines. A woman who dedicated her entire life to helping wildlife but then ended her own life after being bombarded by Redditors.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel here. It's me here, Comrade Lavender here, and today I'm back with another anti-capitalism deep dive true crime YouTube video topic. Today I want to do the topic of pure evil, the downfall of Reddit, the app, files, deep dive, capitalism, hypocrisy, cherry picking, true crime, etc. So let's get started on this YouTube video topic. But before we get started, all my other YouTube video topics that I've done that are related to this topic right now are going to be on the screen right now. Other YouTube videos I've done that relate to this topic, if after this video you'd like to check them out. So let's get started on this YouTube video topic.
Here are 3 of the most disturbing communities on Reddit. Just a quick heads up, if you have a sensitive stomach, don't go searching these subreddits. Let's start off with some mild stuff, shall we? The Reddit community r/human toilets is not just a place for pictures and videos of people using others as toilets, but also a meeting place for people who want to be used for those types of bodily functions. We live in 2022, and while some kinks are starting to be widely accepted, this shouldn't be one of them. The subreddit r/beating women is a dedicated community full of photos and videos of women being assaulted, but also discussions on how to beat women and inflict the most pain. And the last one, and the one I do not recommend visiting, is eye bleach. A lot of people make the mistake between eye bleach with an A, which is a subreddit for cute animals, and eye bleach without the A, which is just pure gore, videos and images of cruelty, and much more. You'll definitely need to wash your eyes with bleach after seeing that.
For those who don't know what Reddit is, Reddit, the website, what it is, Reddit is basically a forum discussion website where you can ask questions or discuss topics. It's essentially a collection of online communities, subreddits, where users can submit links, text posts, images, and videos. These submissions are then voted up or down by the other users, with the most popular content rising to the top of the respective subreddit and potentially the front page of the site. Reddit is organized into subreddits, which are dedicated to specific topics or interests. Examples include subreddits for gaming, movies, reality TV shows, news, or even niche hobbies. Beneath its surface of thriving discussions in niche communities lies a darker narrative unfolding, one of unchecked toxicity that have begun to overshadow its founding ideals. Reddit is probably, along with Facebook and Discord, the most toxic platform when it comes to social media websites. Reddit faces scrutiny and issues with toxicity stemming from its structure and community dynamics. The impacts of Reddit's toxic communities extends beyond the screen. Studies have linked heavy use of social media platforms to negative interactions, to increased risk of depression, anxiety, lower self-esteem. Reddit users who frequently encounter or engage in toxic discussions report higher instances of emotional distress and a distorted view of social norms. The downvoting system, while intended for feedback, can be used to censor dissenting opinions and silence users. Additionally, the platform's anonymous and lack of any type of moderation in some subreddits, as well as the entire website itself, it can foster harassment, cyberbullying, hate speech, and spread of misinformation. I ran into this problem multiple times on this platform. People maliciously downvoting, which is where some individuals might downvote indiscriminately to be disruptive or to target specific people and users they do not like, and make backup accounts to thumbs down your posts. I made a post, and within 16 minutes of posting it, it all of a sudden had like 50 dislikes out of nowhere. And the downvotes, which makes me speculate that people made fake accounts because I was also getting comments on freshly made accounts spewing hate. The upvoting and downvoting system enables a toxic popularity content. The upvoting and downvoting system enables a toxic popularity contest echo chamber. Subreddits requiring a certain amount of karma points is not fair, considering people abuse the downvoting system. It makes new users have a toxic environment where they have to walk on eggshells for avoiding low karma, not a friendly nor open-minded environment. If you do not follow what is popular in the subreddit and you go for the unpopular opinion on things, you'll be harassed, attacked by people in that subreddit, and the moderators will ban you, claiming that you're the toxic one. Major problems with Reddit is that Reddit's moderators always cherry-pick rules, meaning they selectively enforce rules based on their own biases and preferences, showing favoritism rather than consistently applying them to all users. This can lead to a feeling of unfairness and lack of transparency in how communities are moderated. I was a victim of this recently. I reported so many comments of people like body shaming, bringing up people's family members in the subs, and nothing ever happens to them. Reddit is a cesspool of toxicity, and Google searches of negative reviews of Reddit, unfortunately and very usually, just turn up mostly other Reddit posts of the Reddit website. Of course, not all Reddit's individual subreddits are toxic, but they all contain an aspect of toxicity that permeates throughout it. I was banned from the Hell's Kitchen subreddit for making legitimate criticisms when it came to contestants and standing up for myself when people were attacking me for liking a contestant. I'm apparently too aggressive for the subreddit when I point out that the IDF, Israel military, is bad.
Guy, you from where?
I was born in Israel.
In Israel?
Yeah. In Israel, I was a drill sergeant. I served in infantry for 3 years. It's gonna take a lot to break me.
Okay, what is it, Guy?
First of all, they didn't come.
There's good content on the sub, obviously, on Reddit, but the moderators in the Reddit play favorites and are complete hypocrites. They sent me a message saying they banned me from the sub for 7 days because I made a comment on a thread about someone was asking why military chefs were such bad people on Hell's Kitchen, and I brought up how Guy from Hell's Kitchen was in the IDF, Israel military, and the mods claimed I was being aggressive and took down and shadow blocked my comment so no one can view it, and locked the person's post so nobody else could comment on it. They claimed I should report other people's comments if they are not following the rules, but I've reported, people on that, sub, people making bad comments on the sub and being hateful for body shaming Elise, and and they never get their comment deleted or taken down or get banned from 7 days from the Reddit or any of that. The rules state in the sub, no vindictive content against the chefs. These chefs are real people and should be treated as such. And don't use insults or language against the chef's real-life demeanor unless it's proven to be true. But yet, people are allowed to bring up Elise's family members, talking about her husband and her children on the sub when they have nothing to do with her being on the show. People are allowed on that sub to body shame Elise, saying that she looks disgusting and how she looks like a man and how she doesn't look like a woman anymore. But I post one comment that is true about Guy working in the IDF for a fascist evil regime, Israel, because Israel is a bad, country that is, genociding Palestinians, and I'm the one that's being aggressive. They cherry pick who they want to ban from the sub when it comes to breaking the rules, and also people on the sub really try to downplay a 27-year-old woman, Kristen, from Hell's Kitchen, Season 15, flirting with underage high school boys during Episode 14's Challenge 2. It's really gross to see people defend her actions because of what they do to Palestinians and how Israel is committing genocide against the Palestinians and an ethnic cleansing. When I gave the reason why I did not like a contestant on the show, I'm going to defend myself because if you do not pick a side, you're on the side of the oppressor. I'm too aggressive when I point out how it's bad for an adult woman who's 27 years old to flirt with underage high school boys at a high school.
I think everyone's got a crush on Ariel and Kristen. I'm like, what about me? Nobody has a crush on me. I'm really sad.
What's your name? You're cute.
I'll be 18 in 3 months.
You'll be 18 in 3 months? Yeah. You want to go to prom. These high school kids do not have palettes. So, charming them is basically plan B. You're so cute.
Kristen, stop trying to pick up kids.
Jared? I'm trying to be prom queen. Will you take me to prom?
Who doesn't like a pretty blonde girl?
With her being a 27-year-old grown woman flirting with underage high school boys on the Hell's Kitchen show at the challenge, people claim that Jackie should be kicked off the show because of the ashtray incident, but where was all this energy for Kristen doing this? Because what Kristen did was 10 times worse. It's never okay to flirt with a minor, and I found it hypocritical that Kristen and sous chef Christina claimed Jackie needs to act professional in the kitchen, and how Chef Christina was calling Jackie the cancer of the team, but yet Kristen flirted with underage high school boys at a high school during the challenge, which is not professional at all. It's the furthest thing from being professional, and fans of Hell's Kitchen seem to overlook this because Kristen has pretty privilege and white privilege because she's a pretty blonde, woman with blue eyes. It's absolutely ridiculous. The Hell's Kitchen producers should have removed Kristen from the show because that behavior is unacceptable on a reality TV show. That's what Kristen did from season 15 of Hell's Kitchen, when it's never okay to flirt with a minor ever, and how problematic it was that they still aired it on TV. And the people in the subreddit defended her, saying it's not that big of a deal for a 27-year-old grown woman to flirt with underage high school boys. They defended her, showcasing female predator tendencies. And the moderators didn't ban them or get rid of their comments or anything. They just banned me, claiming that I was the toxic one. And if I defend a hated reality TV contestant on the Hell's Kitchen subreddit, the moderators allow people to talk about their looks, claiming black women look masculine, which is racist. People body shame them for no reason, Elise on Hell's Kitchen, and the Hell's Kitchen moderators allowed people to talk about Elise from Hell's Kitchen's family members. People made up accusations about how she's a bad mother and how she treats her family members like her husband and her daughter without any actual proof whatsoever. Elise Harris, also known as the Diva Chef from Hell's Kitchen, has said and stated publicly that she would never go on Hell's Kitchen again for a third time or any of those types of reality TV shows she's done in the past. She said the reason for why she would never do those shows again, but more specifically Hell's Kitchen, was because how reality TV can destroy people's images by presenting heavily edited and curated versions of their lives, often highlighting negative aspects or manufactured drama, leading to a distorted public perception that may not reflect their true personalities and potentially damaging their reputations or career prospects, all while reality TV shows profit massively.
TV in that fashion, and I think that's what she's speaking to.
That's definitely something I can speak to, being on Hell's Kitchen twice, and everyone's always like, you should go a third time. I said, absolutely not, because it takes years to rebuild your image when you go on a reality TV show that has certain characters in mind that they mold. They only show, if you're watching a 30-minute episode, they're only seeing a small portion of your personality. And people take that and they run with it, right? So I can definitely understand that she's like, no, on the bigger and better things. I'm not returning backwards, because again, rebuilding your image, once you get the ball rolling on that, you're unstoppable.
We got to give people the ability to just change and shift when they need
Exactly.
to shift.
Elise was always getting horrific online abuse from people after she went on the show twice. People were threatening her life. People were saying she should get in a car accident, a fatal car accident. People were calling her racial slurs, such as Jezebel and the German anti-black slur bimbo. People made up false rumors about her. People were also coming after her motherhood, saying that she was a bad mom without any actual proof of it. That's why she says she keeps her family life off of social media.
I know you're a celebrity in your own regard. Do you keep these type of conversations with your family? Like, hey, listen, don't.
Oh, absolutely. I got to start with the baby.
Cookout stage at the cookout.
Yes, I got to start with the baby, the 4-year-old, because she will tell it all. She will tell all the business. Like, guess what, y'all got the tea. But no, on my Instagram, I try to keep it professional. If you notice, I don't really post a lot of my family stuff on there. It's because people be wilding. And keep that negative energy to yourself, because I'm a firm believer that people can speak negativity into your life, and you can absorb it if you allow it. So I think it's very important when it comes to family, friends, to keep it out the public eye as much as possible. So it's almost like protecting that relationship.
In private, she doesn't really post about her family on Instagram or her social media platforms as a whole because of the haters harassing her family, because of what they've seen on a reality TV show that's heavily edited. And that's why she keeps her Instagram strictly business/professional related. and it has nothing to do with the reality TV show she was on. When I defended Elise, when people do this and are claiming she's such a bad mom with no actual proof, the Hell's Kitchen moderators and Reddit banned me, claiming that I'm the toxic one. So apparently I'm not allowed to defend myself against other people on Reddit attacking me when I defend myself and why I like a contestant. The subreddit mods never took down any of those toxic comments people made about her body or about her family members or about her as a person. They didn't ban anyone who started shit with me, first. Like, people were starting shit with me first, and everybody was blowing fuses in the subreddit because of my unpopular opinion and why I liked the contestant. In this case, Elise Harris, that basically everybody in the subreddit hates, proving that they play favorites. The moderators do in the sub and look the other way, and that proves to me that the mods are absolute hypocrites and are total hypocrites. When people are attacking me first, I defend myself, and it's not just Hell's Kitchen subreddit either on Reddit either. I also want to talk about Britannia from VH1's Rock of Love Season 3 bus.
Still keep in contact with some of the girls? Nope, I don't keep in contact with none of them. The crazy thing is that, okay, so what you gotta remember, so when I filmed Rock of Love, this was 10 years ago, right? I'm a totally normal bitch. Like, I don't know shit about the world. I was like super, I don't know, like I wasn't, like, I never even ate sushi in my life. I never traveled. I didn't know anything. Like, I was really like sheltered, I guess. Not sheltered because I'm a G, but I was like, how do you explain it? Like, I didn't know much. Like, I didn't know much. Anyways, so I go on this show and I didn't try out for it. I didn't plan on it. Something that fell in my lap, and I was like, fuck it. Like, yeah, I'll do it, And while I was on the show, I'm still my normal self in my head. And there was someone on there that, like, I was like, you're going to stand out. You're so cool. Like, I loved her. She was so fucking cool on the show. And she ended up hating me. And it sucks because she ended up hating on me. That made her hate me. And I don't know why. Oh, I think she got offended because I said I was the only girl that made it out of Rock of Love. But, like, again, me being blunt comes off wrong. But I ain't lying. I wasn't lying. It's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I am the only one from 3 seasons, 22 girls each season that you know. You don't know anyone else from Rock of Love. And the reason why is because I'm the only one that made it out of Rock of Love. Like, if you take offense to that, like, sorry, but I'm just saying the fact. So anyways, I don't talk to any of them. I was really only friends with one of them, which is the one I'm talking about right now, that just ended up hating on me because I was telling the truth. So no, the answer is no, I don't talk to no girls from Rock of Love.
I've been in other subreddits, such as the Rock of Love with Bret Michaels reality TV show subreddit, where in the rules, it says you can talk about contestants on the subreddit and discuss them. I posted a video of Britannia Ferrazzi, a horrible woman that I've discussed in length on my YouTube channel that allegedly groomed her OnlyFans girls and exploited them and, for OnlyFans for money, and how she groomed them. And she's been on VH1's Rock of Love bus reality TV show Bret Michaels. It was just a small video clip of Britannia on Instagram Live discussing her Rock of Love show experience and how she's the only girl that made it on that reality TV show and how the other girls are irrelevant. And the mods just took down my post for absolutely no reason and didn't give any explanation as to why. I broke none of the rules in that subreddit. The mods of these subreddits, they can ban you, remove your post just because they can. What's the point of the subreddit if you can't even post anything related to it within it without it getting taken down for no reason with no explanation? Other problematic things that have happened on Reddit, the website, are the infamous subreddit r/incels banned for inciting violence against women stands as a stark example of Reddit's struggle with toxic communities. Members of this community justified and celebrated physical, emotional violence against women, often under identities that made it difficult for law enforcement to track personal threats. This subreddit not only harbored extreme misogyny and sexism, but also actively encouraged members to harm others and themselves. The SaveAFox founder, Mikayla Raines, was unalived by suicide and allegedly took her own life when she was being allegedly harassed on a subreddit dedicated to her, and they're making claims against her that weren't true, allegedly. The founder of the wildlife Fox Sanctuary SaveAFox had recently committed suicide in June due to a large part of horrendous cyberbullying that she was receiving online on social media platforms, as well as on Reddit, on a subreddit created called SaveAFoxSnark, and many other wildlife subreddits on Reddit. We all know how devastating and cruel cyberbullying is, and a lot of the content that was in the sub was just speculation and not facts at all. The petition to shut down the subreddit, which has more than 16,000 signatures, aims to show these monsters that impact. Reddit responded to the petition in a statement claiming that Reddit condemns hate, harassment, bullying, and explicitly prohibits this type of behavior on their website. Our dedicated internal safety teams regularly ban snark communities that violate our rules. And the thing is that, in a video shared via SaveAFox Rescue Channel, they alleged that she had been dealing with ridiculous claims and rumors being spread about her online for a few years, including rival animal sanctuaries, and being the sensitive human being that she was, Mikayla took it all to heart, alleging that Raines ended her own life a couple days prior to amid rude words, accusations, and name-calling shared by people whom she considered close friends as well. And Reddit says that they, take, bullying seriously and how they don't allow that on their website, but yet every single time you use the report button to report someone for, cyberbullying someone, or harassing someone, they say that there's no violations found. And on June 10th, 2015, citing an anti-harassment policy, Reddit banned 5 subreddits: the Fat People Hate subreddit, the Neo F-word, the Trans F-word, and the Shit the N-word Say subreddits. Largest of the 5, Fat People Hate, and had an estimated 151,000 subscribers at that time. This is another perfect example of Reddit being toxic. It's like the only time Reddit takes anything down, or any of the subreddits down, or takes anything actually seriously, is when it'll affect them financially. Typical capitalist company. Reddit journey from a form of niche hobbies and genuine discourse and discussions to a platform struggling with toxicity serves as a cautionary tale about the internet's potential dark side.